From the moment Olivia Liv Reynolds was adopted at age 5, she felt the chill in her adoptive parents' home. Although Greg and Martha Reynolds took her in, their affection seemed reserved for their biological children, Clara and James. Liv often felt like a shadow in their family, seen but never embraced. While Clara and James were doted on, Liv endured indifference, subtle jabs, and the sting of exclusion. Liv grew up in a small, tightly knit town where everyone knew the Reynolds family. To outsiders, they seemed perfect. A successful father, a devoted mother, and 3 beautiful children. But behind closed doors, Liv was treated as an outsider. Clara and James excluded her from their games and teased her relentlessly. Martha rarely intervened, and Greg seemed to focus solely on his real children. Liv's solace came from books and her love of painting. She dreamt of a future where she could escape the house that never felt like home. Despite her strained upbringing, Liv excelled in school, fueled by her determination to create a better life for herself. At 18, Liv left for college on a scholarship. She worked multiple jobs to support herself, graduating with honors in graphic design. Over the next decade, she built a successful career, started her own design firm, and created a life she could be proud of. Though she rarely spoke to her adoptive family, she occasionally sent holiday cards to maintain a semblance of civility. One fateful day, Liv received a call informing her that Greg had passed away from a sudden heart attack. Reluctantly, she returned to the Reynolds family home for the funeral. The atmosphere was tense, with Clara and James barely acknowledging her presence. Martha, now frail and grieving, spoke to Liv briefly but offered no warmth. Months later, Martha succumbed to a long-standing illness. Liv received another call, this time about the will. She wasn't expecting much. After all, she had never been treated as part of the family. At the reading of the will, Liv was stunned to learn that Martha and Greg had left her $1.2 million in liquid assets. Clara and James, on the other hand, inherited the family home, valued at $260,000. The attorney handed Liv a sealed letter from Martha. Clara and James were livid, accusing Liv of manipulating their parents. They claimed the money rightfully belonged to them, escalating their anger to daily harassment. They bombarded Liv with hateful messages, spreading rumors in the community, and even threatening legal action. Shaken but curious, Liv opened the letter from Martha. It read, "My dearest Olivia, I owe you an apology that words can never fully express. When we adopted you, I thought I could love you as my own, but my own insecurities and biases held me back. I saw in you a strength I envied, and instead of nurturing it, I resented it. Greg and I failed you in ways I will regret until my last breath. The money we left you is not a gift, but a restitution. You built a life for yourself despite us, and I wanted to ensure you had the freedom and security you always deserved. I also wanted you to know that Greg's last words were about you. He said, 'We were wrong about her. She's the best of us. Please forgive us. Live a life full of love, the kind we couldn't give you, and never doubt that you were always worthy of it. With love and remorse, Martha.'" The letter brought Liv to tears, but also reignited the pain of her childhood. Clara and James's harassment escalated. They ambushed her at her office, demanding the money. Liv's lawyer advised her to file a restraining order, but she hesitated, torn between protecting herself and avoiding further drama. One evening, Clara confronted Liv outside her apartment, hurling insults and accusations. In a heated moment, Liv revealed the letter, reading Martha's words aloud. Clara's face crumbled with shock, and she stormed off, leaving Liv in tears. Weeks later, Clara unexpectedly reached out. She confessed that their parents had always pressured her and James to be perfect, fostering their bitterness toward Liv. Clara admitted she was jealous of Liv's resilience and success. Though James remained angry and distant, Clara and Liv began to rebuild their relationship. As Liv stood at the foundation's grand opening, surrounded by children whose lives would be forever changed, she whispered, "Thank you, Martha. I forgive you." Liv's story became an inspiration, a testament to the power of resilience and forgiveness. Despite her rocky start, she turned her pain into purpose, proving that love, even if delayed, could still transform a life.